fight guts and glory, battle wounds and scars. I don't need someone else to be or tell us who we are.
Hey gang, what's up? It's Brady here from Monkey Edge, back for some pulse-pounding knife and gear news. Sorry it's been so long since last time we posted up a video. We've been swamped and generally just lame, I guess. But we're back and we're getting our act together for 2011. At any rate, this week we're going to take a look at the latest design from Mick Strider, of course, of Strider Knives, custom version. I'm just going to break something down for those that you guys don't know the Strider, how things work at Strider. There's Strider Knives, the company, which does the small batch knives out of San Marcos, California, but those are done in much more of a production environment. The owners of Strider, Mick Strider and Dwayne Dwyer, are both accomplished knife makers in their own right, and they often do custom versions either of company knives or just totally one-off customs to, either test out new materials or techniques that maybe aren't feasible in the production environment, or just to work on new designs and tweak them and prototype them and get them out there in the field for use before going into production. Which brings us to today's subject, which is the SJ75. This is the latest folder design from Mick, as he's been kind of tweaking the design, getting ready to release the new Strider folder. Previously, these have only been available in like Damascus and all titanium, including titanium blades. So this is the first one that is more of a user-oriented knife, and this is out of S30V. So just kind of break down the SJ75 here. The SJ75 is constructed much like the other Strider folders. You've got a full titanium frame lock with the Hinderer lock bar stabilizer, licensed from Rick Hinderer, which, of course, prevents you from over tweaking your lock bar when unlocking it. The G10 side is milled out of a big ass chunk of G10 for a handle frame of this size, and has the spacer integral as one piece, which greatly contributes to the strength and the rigidity of the Strider folder designs. And if you look here on the titanium side, Mick has done a beautiful bronzing job with a slight orange peel finish. It looks great. The handle is very similar to the CC or concealed carry shapes that you're familiar with from the SNG or the SMF, where it's smooth and the edges here are radiused for a comfortable carry and more of a slimline carry. The pivot is the same custom machine, stainless steel, Strider oversized bowl pivot design. So your existing spanners or tools or widgets that you use to adjust the tension of the knife will still work on the SJ75. Moving on down to the blade, and again this is going to be a review for some of you Strider fans. This particular one is S30V, and it is a nightmare grind. And nightmare grind is Mick's term for a duplex grind where the tip of the knife is a little bit thicker than the belly of the knife, which increases the strength of the tip portion, where knives are generally the weakest, and sets up the belly of the knife with a slightly different edge geometry, which turns it into a real slicer. In addition, on this knife, Mick did an upper swedge grind, which kind of gives it that dagger look. And as we flip it over here and look at the spine, we have the jimping on the choil, which extends all the way down the spine, which is an aesthetic thing, extra cool guy points. So this is a custom version, of course, hand-signed M Strider to designate that it is in fact a custom knife. So one of the great things about the SJ75 is for such a large knife, the ergos on this knife are incredible. It really fits in the hand, whether you're backing off on the knife for a little bit more reach or choking up using these choils for fine work. It is contoured to the kind of the natural curve of your hand as you would hold it. So it's very natural. Of course, action is like butter and locks up tighter than a duck's butt. This is really a fine example of where Mick is at in terms of his knife making these days. The other great thing about the SJ75, for being such a large knife, sometimes large knives are uncomfortable to carry. SJ75, as you drop it in your pocket here, almost disappears. Very low profile, and due to the CC profile of the handle, just almost disappears in a pair of pants. And just to kind of take a look, break it down in comparison to the other Strider folders, just to kind of give you a visual cue. This is the SJ75 next to an SMF, and the SMF is the one of the larger Strider folders. So as you see, the SJ75 just dwarfs it. And as I hold up an SMG in comparison, you can really see the SJ75 sits at top of the Strider food chain in terms of folder sizes. So that's it. That's the SJ75, the latest model from Strider. Available right now only as custom versions. We have a couple of the S30Vs in stock. Whether or not this will make it into production with all things Strider, don't know yet. Depends on shop time, military commitments, etc., etc. Whether this will be the final design that goes into the production, nobody knows. But stay tuned to Monkey Edge, because rest assured, if something does happen, we'll be one of the first to let the news out on the scene. Thanks for tuning in. We won't be so lame. We'll have more videos up soon. See ya.
Blood, guts and glory, battle wounds and scars. We don't need someone else to be. Tell us who we are and I say war.